Hello everyone and welcome back to our Mandarin learning series. Before we dive into today's lesson, please take a quick moment to subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends or classmates who are also learning Mandarin. Your support helps us create more language learning resources for you. Thank you, and let's get started. Today, we are going to explore the power of the word 已经, which means already in English. It is one of the most useful and common words you will encounter in daily Mandarin. By the end of this short lesson, you'll know how to use it to express completed actions, state changes, and time milestones naturally. Let's look at how it works. First, let's learn the golden rule of using 已经. The core structure we use is 已经 plus content plus le. You use this when an action is completed or when a state has changed. Think of the le at the very end of the sentence as a final confirming point, like a period or an exclamation mark that confirms the change or the completion of the event. It anchors the whole structure together. Let's start with this simplest pattern, 已经 plus verb plus le. This pattern simply indicates that a certain action has occurred or has been completed. For example, look at this sentence. 他们已经出发了. Pinyin, 他们已经出发了, meaning they have already left or they have already departed. Here, the verb is 出发, which means to depart. By putting 已经 before it and 了 at the end, we show that the departure is already done. Now, what if your verb has an object? The structure expands slightly to 已经 plus verb plus object plus le. This emphasizes that a specific task or target is finished. Look at this example. 我已经复习完第二课了. Pinyin, 我已经复习完第二课了, meaning I have already finished reviewing lesson 2. In this sentence, 复习完 means finished reviewing, and 第二课 is the object, lesson 2. Notice how le still sits comfortably at the very end. Next, let's talk about time duration. The structure is 已经 plus verb plus duration plus object plus le. When we use this structure with duration, the le at the end shows that the action has reached that specific mark and it is often still continuing. Let's look at the example. 他已经学2年汉语了. Pinyin, 他已经学2年汉语了, meaning he has already studied Chinese for 2 years. Here, the verb is 学, to study. The duration is 2年, 2 years, and the object is 汉语, Chinese. The ending le tells us he has reached the 2-year mark and is likely still studying. We can also use this structure to track the quantity of something already consumed or completed. The structure is 已经 plus verb plus quantity plus object plus le. For example, 我已经喝3杯咖啡了. Pinyin, 我已经喝3杯咖啡了. Note that the pinyin on the slide contains a minor misprint, but this is the correct pronunciation, meaning I have already drunk 3 cups of coffee. In this case, the verb is 喝, to drink, and the quantity with the object is 3杯咖啡, 3 cups of coffee. This tells the listener that 3 cups have already been consumed up to this point. Sometimes we don't use verbs at all. We can use adjectives to show a change in state or condition. The structure is 已经 plus adjective plus le. This is very common when talking about weather or personal feelings. For example, 天气已经热了. Pinyin, 天气已经热了, meaning the weather has already become hot. The adjective here is 热, hot. Using this structure highlights that the weather wasn't hot before, but now it has changed and become hot. You can also use this structure to point out that a specific time has arrived. For this, we use 已经 plus specific time plus le. Notice that you do not need a verb like is or to be in this sentence. For example, 已经10点了，快去睡觉吧. 拼音已经10点了，快去睡觉吧 meaning it's already 10 p.m., go to bed quickly. Here, 10点 is 10 p.m. The structure emphasizes that the time has already reached late evening, urging someone to take action. Similarly, we use 已经 plus age plus 了 to talk about age milestones. This is commonly used when someone reaches a high number or enters a new stage of life. Take a look at this sentence. 爷爷已经80岁了。拼音爷爷已经80岁了 meaning grandpa is already 80 years old. 80岁 means 80 years old. Using 已经 and 了 emphasizes that grandpa has reached this significant milestone in age. Here is a quick secret hack to help you remember all of this. Simply think of 已经 exactly like already in English. The 了 at the very end acts like a period, confirming that a change or a transition has officially happened. Whether you are talking about an action, a quantity, or time, if it has arrived or happened, this is the structure you want to use. To summarize, remember these three main uses. 已经 plus verb for an action done. 已经 plus adjective for a state change. 已经 plus time or age for reaching a milestone. Now let's put this to the test with a quick practice question. Can you translate this sentence into Mandarin using the grammar we learned today? I have already eaten dinner. Hint, to eat dinner is 吃饭. Write your answers in the comment section below. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in our next lesson. Happy studying!
你看完这本书了吗？你看完这本书了吗？
我已经看完了。我已经看完了。
老师到了吗？老师到了吗？
老师已经到了。老师已经到了。
你买电影票了吗？你买电影票了吗？
我已经买票了。我已经买票了。
他去医院了吗？他去医院了吗？
他已经去医院了。他已经去医院了。
你们吃早饭了吗？你们吃早饭了吗？
我们已经吃早饭了。我们已经吃早饭了。
你写完作业了吗？你写完作业了吗？
我已经写完了。我已经写完了。
爸爸回家了吗？爸爸回家了吗？
爸爸已经回家了。爸爸已经回家了。
你喝牛奶了吗？你喝牛奶了吗？
我已经喝2杯了。 我已经喝2杯了。
他学习汉语了吗？他学习汉语了吗？
他已经学1年了。他已经学1年了。
你的衣服洗了吗？你的衣服洗了吗？
我已经洗衣服了。我已经洗衣服了。
外面的天气怎么样？外面的天气怎么样？
天气已经很热了。天气已经很热了。
苹果现在红了吗？苹果现在红了吗？
苹果已经红了。苹果已经红了。
妹妹的病好了吗？妹妹的病好了吗？
她的病已经好了。她的病已经好了。
外面下雪了吗？外面下雪了吗？
外面已经很冷了。外面已经很冷了。
你的工作多吗？你的工作多吗？
工作已经很少了。工作已经很少了。
你的小狗胖了吗？你的小狗胖了吗？
小狗已经很胖了。小狗已经很胖了。
你的新手机贵吗？你的新手机贵吗？
手机已经便宜了。手机已经便宜了。
你的房间大吗？你的房间大吗？
房间已经很大了。房间已经很大了。
弟弟现在高了吗？弟弟现在高了吗？
他已经很高了。他已经很高了。
这个衣服小了吗？这个衣服小了吗？
衣服已经很小了。衣服已经很小了。
现在几点了？ 现在几点了？
已经8点了。已经8点了。
你的儿子多大了？你的儿子多大了？
他已经10岁了。他已经10岁了。
我们什么时候走？我们什么时候走？
已经12点了。已经12点了。
爷爷今年多大了？爷爷今年多大了？
爷爷已经80岁了。爷爷已经80岁了。
今天是星期几？今天是星期几？
今天已经星期5了。今天已经星期5了。
你的女儿几岁了？你的女儿几岁了？
他已经5岁了。他已经5岁了。
姐姐今年多大了？姐姐今年多大了？
姐姐已经20岁了。姐姐已经20岁了。
现在是几月了？现在是几月了？
已经10月了。已经10月了。
你的猫多大了？你的猫多大了？
他已经3岁了。他已经3岁了。
电影几点开始？电影几点开始？
已经3点半了。已经3点半了。